just to me, I'm just to myself. I cheat on them, just to me.
Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow from Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Most exciting man in boxing. Exciting man in boxing. Led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV. What it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Melon here, man. 122 pounds at 10.5, man. Watch the Goodfellas Sports TV, bro.
Hey, qué rollo, quiero mandar un saludo a mi amigo Goodfella de parte de tu amigo Haymon. Un abrazo, carnal. Ánimo.
Hey, this is a 989 assassin, Jermaine Franklin Jr. Shout out to Goodfella TV.
Tiger Johnson from Cleveland, Ohio, 140, and you're watching Goodfella TV.
Shout out to my friends from Goodfellas TV, from Alexis Too Sexy Salazar.
All right, man, let's talk about it. Let's be about it. Got my new chair hooked up. That shit had just been sitting there. I was like, shit, I got some time off. Put it together real quick. So you got the new chair rolling. But yeah, let's speak on what's going on. We're gonna be quick, fast, and in a hurry. Stevenson, Schofield, give me 1 minute. There we go. Stevenson and Schofield done. Ennis Backlash for Duck and Ortiz, and I'm gonna speak on Al. And I have a full video up sometime tomorrow about what's going on with the brother Al Haymon. Don't forget, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Don't forget, this will be on the podcast in the morning. So, yep, I'll put it up in the morning. Yep. So you can listen to it on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, the whole nine. So just go to the link tree, you'll find it. Don't forget, we stream it live on X, Kick, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, if they're letting us. We in the building, man. Share the videos. Appreciate the support. Appreciate everybody donating to the channel. Best way to donate is subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up the video. If financially want to support, scroll at the bottom of the screen. It's also all that's in the link tree. Cash App, $, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link is in the description as well. Tomorrow I will drop the movie review video for Gladiator 2. I did get a chance to see it. Dope movie. I think it was really, really good. See a lot of users on Google giving it a bad review because Denzel Washington was in it. And I find it funny how they get mad for Denzel, a black man, being in the movie, but ain't nobody really bat an eye when it boiled down to them having the white people play in Gods of Egypt. Nobody really, batted an eye. When they had Haley Bailey playing The Little Mermaid, they got upset. That's why I feel that black people need to have their own stuff and create their own stories. That's what I like about Ryan Coogler. He creating his own new horror movie with Michael B. Jordan, but we already know, we create it, they take it. And that's the thing about it, man. If we can be on code with our African brothers and sisters and really, do some damage in Africa, we can have it all. But we already know they'd rather just, take us out the game before they allow that to happen. But, Pedro Pascal was really good in the movie. He played the Mandalorian, excellent actor. Denzel was phenomenal in the movie. They really, them two really did their thing in the movie, in my opinion, man. Shout out to Pedro Pascal and Denzel Washington. I was impressed by that. Great movie. Got a bunch of good movies coming up as well. So you have some movie reviews. Mustafa, Sonic 3, Love 1 and 2. So got some good movies coming up. So for sure. Some good movies coming up. It was a dry spell after Deadpool and Wolverine because of the writer's strike. But Shakur Stevenson and Kid Austin, they're actually going to fight. I believe it when they're in the ring. Honestly, I believe it when they're in the ring. Let me say it in my Dr. Umar voice. I'll believe it once they're in the ring. Apparently, Oscar allowed it to happen. He went from picking he picking on a prospect to saying, Kid Austin is the best prospect in boxing. And dude went 12 by mistake. Now, if you don't understand that reference, he went 12 rounds he went 12 rounds because, he, according to Floyd Schofield Sr., right before the fight, they told him to go 12 rounds, or I think he said it wasn't going to be no fight. They forced him to go 12 rounds. So does that sound like Golden Boy actually values does that sound like Golden Boy actually values Kid Austin? If you got a prize prospect, would you put him in you tell him to train for 10 and then right before the fight tell him it's 12 rounds or ain't no fight or you better do 12 or else? I'm telling you, Oscar De La Hoya don't care shit about black fighters. He from East LA. Look up the history of East LA. He don't care nothing about you Negro fighters. But like I said, neither does, these other promoters. They don't really care about y'all. Let's keep it funky. They don't care nothing about y'all black asses. They don't care nothing about the fighters. These fighters retire, without a dime to their name. And you got De La Hoya challenging people to raise money for that one fighter. Who was the one fighter he challenged them to raise money for? I forget his name. Nigga, you worth all that money, just pay the fighters. Pay them. Pay them. You worth all that money. Oh, we need to raise money. All y'all that made all this money in boxing, right? And these fighters going around looking broke. Got problems, all that stuff. These niggas is selfish, bro. They don't care nothing about the fighters. Let me tell you that right now. They don't care nothing about the fighters. Get yours. Get yours if you're a fighter. Make sure you stack it, save it, invest it. Get your money. But right here and here, really, once you think about it, the only reason. Give me 1 second. The only reason Floyd Schofield got any pressure on him, if we being honest, the only reason Floyd Schofield got any pressure on him, to win this fight is because his daddy ran his fucking mouth. That's the only reason there's pressure on Floyd Schofield Jr. to win this fight. His daddy ran his fucking mouth. Give me 1 minute. Fix this camera. Yeah, his daddy ran his mouth, and that's the only reason he got any pressure to win this fight. Is people want to see his daddy eat his words. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Other than that, nobody think he gonna win this fight. So really, he in a great position. Now, what I didn't really like was his father said they're bringing all these special trainers in and bringing this guy in, that guy in. Like, okay, look here, if you believe in your son, why are you doing anything different than y'all did in other camps? If the sparring end all be all, just keep doing what y'all doing. See, these dudes get to the biggest moment in their career and they want to bring in more chefs into the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? If y'all on the trajectory and y'all doing shit the right way, well, why you need to bring all these different coaches in? Why are you doing something different? Like when Timothy Bradley fought Manny Pacquiao. Or I heard Mike Tyson didn't wear no socks, during his championship fight. This nigga went out there fought without socks in his shoes for the first time and fucked both his feet up. Why are you doing anything different than what got you here? What got you here is what you've been doing. Just keep doing it. Don't see like, last camp I ran 10 miles. I got to run 20 miles this camp. No. Just be disciplined in your dietary intake. Be disciplined. Don't cut no corners. Get rest. Get recovery. That should be the game plan. Get rest, recovery, eat proper, follow the game plan. These niggas want to make sure you raise your focus. I think the only thing that you really should do that's totally different is probably seclusion. But that depends on who you are as a person. If you're a person that do better by, just living your regular life and going out and about, and you more of a people person, then just keep going out and about. Be amongst people. But if you somebody that's easily distracted and need to be focused, all right, go somewhere secluded where all you eating, shit, and sleeping is watching film, watching tape. That's the only thing I think fighters should do different. Study your opponent. Make sure your diet is on point. Make sure your focus is there. Make sure you eating, sleeping, shit, and boxing. Make sure your recovery is there. Make sure your calorie, your protein intake, make sure all that is good, is on point. Make sure you following the plan. Make sure you focus. You ain't sneaking no Oreos. Make sure you getting rest. Make sure this is all you living. These dudes want to turn around and do different shit and bring in different. They lost before the fight even there. You know, well, Shakur is special, and that's why we need to step it up. And all right, man. I mean, if you ain't ready right now, and you ain't where you need to be, why you taking this fight? Y'all niggas need money. Is it ego? A lot of these motherfuckers, these daddies be getting away. People in their ear. Niggas don't want to wait their turn. Ask Fernando Vargas, had he been a little bit more patient. A lot of these niggas don't want to wait their turn. Everybody in this social media era, this microwave era, want their turn right now. Just because it may be gym turn today and gym up today, guess what? It's a marathon. It ain't a sprint. It's a marathon. It ain't a sprint, Playboy. The ballers in 2024, we seen in the pandemic. The ballers in 2019 wasn't the ballers in 2020. Just because somebody balling right now don't mean your turn ain't gonna come. Now you just sit and wait your turn? No, you got to put the work in and go get it. But he rushing the sun. He rushing the sun. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. Let your 22 years old, let your son grow into his body. Let him get that experience. Let him get the conditioning. Let him go 12 a few more times. Properly step up in the way. But his daddy ran his mouth. And you can clearly tell he don't know what the fuck he doing. Because if he did, he wouldn't put his son in this situation. Oh, we got to change this and we got to change that and we got to do, like, all right, nigga. Be you. If you feel like you is good enough to win this fight, then so be it. You think Shakur gonna be anything but Shakur Stevenson? No, he gonna be Shakur Stevenson. He know he in a lose-lose situation. But what else can he do? Like I said before, sending Tyson card. Kobe sent me like the poster for the supposed poster would better be at Beef will be in the main event. I'm excited about Zhang and Eggy Cabal, even though Zhang ducked Martin Bacoli. And we got to talk about Martin Bacoli. We got to talk about brother Martin Bacoli because he one of the most duck fighters out here. Zhang straight up ducked that nigga. Martin Bacoli is probably one of the most, is the most avoided fighter right now. And I always said it. I said it before, and I say it again. Nobody wants to be the boogeyman. The boogeyman don't have a great ending. Marvin Hagler was the boogeyman for years. Guys don't want to fight Marvin Hagler. Got robbed. Got that Fugazi shit over there in the UK. Finally got his title. They booed him in the UK, threw shit in the ring. And what was the end in the story for Marvin Hagler? They robbed him. A lot of people feel like they robbed him versus Sugar Ray Leonard. Lucas Matias never got a world title. Should have got one versus Lamont Peterson. Was chasing Danny Garcia. Didn't think that he wanted to remain in the rankings. Think about all the guys that was avoided. Aaron Pryor. He did get his happy ending with Alexis Abreu. He got the fight, but think about it. Never got a chance at Tommy. Never got a chance at Hearns or Duran or none of them guys. The fights that really would have took him over the top, he never got them shots. So it don't pay to be the boogeyman. Yeah, Marvin Hagler made a bunch of money, but it didn't fucking end well. It don't pay. So Shakur Stevenson in that position, and ain't that a lot of them guys that was the boogeyman? Well, it's a lot of correlations there. Either they had power, or they was a superior southpaws. Hagler superior southpaw, Shakur Stevenson superior southpaw. Marvin Hagler, Aaron Pryor was just a skillful fighter. So either these dudes that can punch hard and people don't think they can take their power, or they superior southpaws, or all around dogs. You know, so like I told y'all, you know, niggas, oh, be the boogeyman. You don't want to be the boogeyman. For what? You don't get the fights. You better off being in a position that Mazaliev is in, a motherfucker that don't even know. Yeah, I just picked this weak ass motherfucker and then come out and pop out and show a nigga. No, did he? I'd rather be in Mazaliev position, under the radar. And then, you know, some gun in a ski mask, you know, you do the math. You pow, run down on the nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be in that position, quite frankly. But when you the boogeyman, in the pussification of boxing, these dudes don't take no risks. They don't take, you know, no chances. They don't get no opportunities. You think these niggas not passing the torch? You know, like Canelo not passing. These niggas not gonna pass the torch or nothing. They ain't gonna pass shit. They ain't even gonna pass gas to a nigga. But like I said, sometimes you gotta destroy something from the root and rebuild it. Just like hip hop, they gotta destroy it. It gotta die. It gotta be destroyed. You know, Africa was once a proud continent. The destruction of Africa didn't per se happen because of the Europeans. The destruction was already there. If Africa was one country, Africa probably still would be thriving today. But therefore, it's a continent with a bunch of countries where they were beefing, robbing, stealing, you know, enslaving other countries and stuff of that nature. Guess what the Europeans did? Slid right up in that motherfucker and learned the slave trade from them, finessed them, learned it from them, came out here and started their nation. So a lot of people always want to say the white man and the Arab slave trade, but they was enslaving their own people in Africa. Africa had the power. If they would have worked together, and you know, they talk today about black people in America not working together, it's in your fucking genetics not to work together. It's in your genetics. Go back to Africa. They didn't work together. These motherfuckers was robbing and stealing and killing from each other, enslaving each other. It's in your genetics. Why do a lot of black people like shiny things and, you know, metals and golds and diamonds and stuff of that nature? Go back to Africa. It's in your genetics. You know, it's in your genetics. Like I did a video on the Patreon. I got a couple of them. I'm uploading them. Upload a couple more tonight, where I kind of talked about how women don't really know why they have a type and preference. It's subconscious. It's just primal. Like I said, why they like taller guys, why they like aggressive guys, why they like light-skinned guys. It's subconscious. They don't even know they type. So it's crazy. But as far as this fight right here, happiest made. I can't complain about it, bro. If Kid Austin do it, maybe it you know, Shakur Stevenson lose. You know, I think if Shakur Stevenson lose, he probably gonna retire. He ain't gonna be able to take it. No, did he? You know, he ain't gonna be able to take it. You know, but if Floyd Schofield lose, you already hear his daddy copping please. You see his daddy copping please. Oh, you know, if we lose, it's not the end of the world for us. You know, we tried to fight the best. We fought the best. His daddy already copping please. His daddy already copping please. You know, if we lose, it's not the end of the world. We took a chance. When niggas start talking about losing already, you already know what it is. You already know. Nigga, why is even losing coming out your mouth? We just want to prove that we the best. And I'm telling you, after the fight, we took a chance. And my son, he took a chance. And it's not the end of us. And, you know, we're going to be back. You know, and Shakur's a great fighter. He's the best in the division. And, you know, we'll be back. I'm telling y'all. Fuck is you talking about losing for, nigga? Why are you talking about losing? That should be the furthest thing from your fucking mind is a loss. Real talk. That should be the furthest thing from your mind is a damn loss. Now they allegedly saying this the card. We'll get some comments. We're gonna talk about Virgil and Boots. So the boys, Parker, the main event. I've been heard that. Core, Schofield, Adamas, Shiraz. I don't know the fuck Shiraz is, but a lot of people like him. Israel Madrimov versus Virgil Ortiz. That's a lie. Because Madrimov is fighting in December, so this is cap. Yeah, Madrimov is fighting in December versus Sergey Bukachuk, unless, you know, that fight is off. I did hear Edgar Cabal and Zhang is fighting. Not sure if it's going to be on this card. Buatsi and Callum Smith, not sure. I know Callum Smith just had a fight and got a win, so I don't know if he's going to do a quick turnaround. But for sure, I know this Madrimov fight, that's cap. And in my opinion, if you Virgil, why the fuck would I fight Madrimov? If he does both, he's not doing both. So this is a lie. My whole thing is this. Why would you fight Madrimov? We much better off turning around fighting Mazaliev, nigga. Ain't nobody called out Mazaliev. That's video worthy too. No, nobody said, I want to fight Mazaliev. Mazaliev got niggas scared to ride. Mazaliev got niggas shook. Mazaliev got niggas shook. Niggas say, oh, he beat niggas ass with one hand. Yup, beat his ass with one hand. Manny salute Virgil getting his ass whooped. By who? I couldn't watch your last stream, Ohio State, sad day in Ohio. Yeah, fuck y'all whole ass Ohio niggas. I told y'all. What I say before the fuck Ohio, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Kings Island, Toledo, you know, the motherfucking Waffle Houses, Cedar Point. You know, fuck the boys for going to Sandusky, Ohio on the TV show. You heard what I said about Ohio before going into that. And y'all had to pepper spray us. Y'all is cowards, man. We stay, you know, Ohio want to be Michigan. Let's just keep it funky. Toledo niggas and Cincinnati niggas want to be Detroit. Come on, man. I hate to say that about Ohio. Y'all niggas be claiming Detroit, man. Claim Cincinnati. Claim them Bearcats. Shout out to Columbus. Hey, we put our foot so far up y'all ass, man. Y'all niggas be shooting Jordan 1 Wolverine version sneakers for a month. Yeah, I love Cedar Point though. How Haymon has pulled a Houdini. French. How many of us have? There was no whites in Egypt. There were plenty of blacks in Rome, and Hannibal was African. It was another black guy in the there as well too on the movie. He was there for like 5 seconds. And then they had Tom Cruise and God of Egypt. Wasn't watching that shit. Kid Austin dad is a bitch. You saw what he did to show. Oh yeah, he put hand, foot, and toes on girl. She must have cheated, but he too old. If you're a younger guy and you crash out like that, you wrong. But I kind of understand it. You know, like you think she yours, but he too old for that shit, bro. He too old to be crashing out. He too old for be crashing out, bro. Like that. Like, dude, I done caught bitches in bed with other niggas and just walked out, bro. Keep it funky. And I'm nowhere near that nigga's age. I already know with these chicks, bro, like, you can't put your stock in these women, bro. Like, your full stock. They just an addition onto your life. Like, you added an addition on to the back of your house. It's just an addition. Y'all be putting y'all everything into a bitch, man, or a woman. Don't put your everything into it. It's like you going to the casino. You only bet what you can afford to lose. You ain't going to the dealership with your life savings. You going to the dealership, you know, if you getting something, you know, something to play with. Shakira got too much dirt on these niggas for the press conference. I mean, you know, I don't know. He said CJ Boots Duck Tim. I heard that's kind of a lie, but I'll get to that. I'll get to that later. I did a video tomorrow. Cabal ducked him first. Yeah, I like egging Cabal though. Yeah, but Coley got niggas scared to ride. I wouldn't fight that nigga neither. I ain't gonna cap. He said, I think Virgil might lose. To who? Mike Tyson made a lot of money being the boogie. Mike Tyson wasn't the boogeyman. Mike Tyson was the money man. Mike Tyson was not the boogeyman. Boogeyman don't get his ass whooped by Buster Douglas. Mike Tyson was not the boogeyman. Mike Tyson was the motherfucking cash cow. Boots Duck said he would fight Bud at 54, but not Virgil. Get out of here. He said, I already said I'm a dream off fighting both, win or lose. I doubt that. Who said, show me where they said that at. He ain't fighting both of them niggas, win or lose. I wouldn't have bet my pretty penny on that. He said he won't be back until after Ramadan. He said, FYI, Riyadh Dream still officially scheduled to fight December 21st, Boca Chuck under the Usyk Fury rematch, all while being scheduled to fight against Virgil Ortiz. I don't believe it. Shout out to Barber though. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. I bet that ain't happening. Shout out to Barber. I bet that ain't happening. I bet that ain't happening. Ramadan, Shmamadan, Ramanudadan. That ain't happening. I bet that. And if he do happen, there's gonna be a lot of motherfucking excuses. He ain't doing that. Y'all understand? That's December 21st to February 22nd. No way. Boca Chuck ain't no, like, dude, that's disrespectful. Boca Chuck just whooped on Virgil Ortiz. If we keeping it funky, he might not even beat Boca Chuck, bro. He might not even beat Boca Chuck. That's crazy. Y'all believe that if they scheduling that for Virgil Ortiz, good luck. Good luck. They better have a replacement there. Virgil Ortiz gonna be shadow boxing. Virgil Ortiz gonna fight somebody you ain't never heard of. Real talk. And before you know it and blink, Virgil Ortiz gonna be at 160 and 60 pounds. Mark my words. Virgil Ortiz ain't even gonna be a champion at 160 pounds, 54 pounds if he don't make shit shake right now. He ain't even about to be a champion. I paid my dues, time after time. He will not be a champion at 54 if he don't hurry up and make something shake. He can't even make 154 pounds comfortably. I guarantee you it. I can already tell. But nonetheless, there's a lot of things going around about Boots. It's quiet on a lot of them Philly fronts. Greg Hackett did come out there, said he ran into him and spoke to him. And he said, don't believe everything you hear on the internet. Apparently, he didn't know Eddie Hearn was negotiating on his behalf. Stevie Kim came on Coach Malachi, caught a little bit of that earlier. And he basically said, like, how did he not know they negotiating? When pretty much we all knew that they were negotiating the fight. So how did you not know? Now, maybe Eddie told him or nothing going on, or he told Eddie that ain't what he wanted to do. So I don't know how he not know, but one of the reasons they saying is because PBC said he was going to allow him to fight Mario Barrios. They willing to make the Barrios to stay on this fight. That's a little behind the scenes allegedly. And with that being said, they said that they can make stay on this mandatory step aside and they can do it in April. Now, apparently, Manny Pacquiao, after seeing what happened with Stay Honest, I did a video earlier today that went under the radar. Basically, Sean Gibbons did an interview and said now that Pacquiao will be in the Hall of Fame later this year, and after he get inducted into the Hall of Fame, he could fight Barrios later this year. He could fight all the way up to the age 50. So after seeing Barrios get clipped like that or get beat up like that, Pacquiao might be the first Hall of Famer to win a world title after being inducted into the Hall of Fame. So that might be something they're shooting for. So Barrios is not about to not fight, Manny Pacquiao and wait for Boots. And in my opinion, if Jake Paul is fighting another fight this year and it's versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is the early indications, and possibly Canelo somewhere in the far future or near future, you think they don't want to do Jesus Ramos and Mario Barrios again? And they may even say that to put that on the Katie Taylor undercard and surround the 3 undercard. So I think at bare minimum, Barrios got options. Whether it be fighting Pacquiao, whether it be a Ramos rematch with Jake Paul putting the money up on another PBC important co-feature, or Don't be surprised if Javante Davis don't look to go up to welterweight and that be an option for him. So Barrios got options. I don't see them making the Barrios fight. Now, you heard Sean Dazelle say he ducked Tim Tszyu. Now, from what I heard was he was supposed to be the co-feature on Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman card versus Mario Barrios. But he ducked Barrios, or he refused the Barrios fight because Samson Tulowitzki wanted him to sign to Samson. Now, the problem he didn't sign with Samson, and I'm going to tie all this in with the last subject. The reason he didn't fight for Samson, because all Samson did was promised him a Barrios fight. I'm not about to sign my soul away to Samson for a Barrios fight when he couldn't guarantee me a Barrios, a Stayonis, and other lucrative fights that I really wanted, that Boots would really want. So it didn't make no sense. Now, you might be like, why is Boots signing directly to Samson and not Al Haymon? Now, allegedly, and I go into detail with the video tomorrow, a little bit later in the video, Al Haymon has disappeared. Nobody's heard or seen Al Haymon. You know, they said his mother's phone is disconnected. They said his phone is disconnected. Nobody's seen him since, they say, around the Spencer Crawford fight. Now, I'll get to that later on. So for the most part, now, you know, the promoters are pretty much running PBC with Sam Watson's son and with Luis de Cubas, you know. So they pretty much, you know, trying to sign these fighters to a contract. Fulton signed with Samson Tulowitzki. So they really don't have a choice no more. So, you know, but so I heard it wasn't that he dug Tim Tszyu. He just didn't want to sign to Samson to fight Mario Barrios. So he went with Eddie Hearn. So take that for how you want to take it. So previously to Sean Dazelle saying that, I didn't hear that he was supposed to fight Tim Tszyu, so I didn't get that intel. I never heard that. I know Tim Tszyu turned down the Terrence Crawford fight for that same date, but that's because Al Haymon convinced him to fight Keith Thurman, and then he promised him Earl Spence. It just seemed like he was promising a lot of people Earl Spence or whatever going on at PBC. So honestly, you know, it's just to make Boots look bad. You got to understand, Boots is no longer with PBC no more, so he doesn't have that protection no more. So if this happened with PBC, people won't be mad at Boots like that. You know, but now that this actually happened with PBC, without PBC protection, now everybody turning on Boots. So when Boots was with PBC, you know, he had that protection. He was bulletproof. Now he's not with PBC. You notice how people turning on him. You know, he overrated. You know, a lot of these dudes pledge allegiance to promotional companies, to television networks. That's how they pledge their allegiance. That's why a lot of people originally didn't like Terrence Crawford, because he was with Top Rank, and everybody see Top Rank as the devil. Going back to the HBO days and getting Al Haymon pushed off of HBO. So Boots is an easy target now because he's not with Al Haymon. You know, that's what it is. And, you know, apparently Virgil saying that he'll never negotiate and fight Jaron Ennis now and this, that, and the third, and he'll never fight him again. But a lot of people weren't even talking about how, you know, that'd be 3 fights in 7 months for Boots. Boots only had, around 90 days to recover from his last fight before he fought Virgil Ortiz. So, of course, they was getting an advantage. Now, apparently that wasn't an issue for Boots. That wasn't an issue. They were willing to do so. You know, really it sounded like, Eddie Hearn was negotiating on his behalf to keep a connection with Turkey Al-Sheikh, to appease Turkey Al-Sheikh and stay in the loop. He probably was getting a founder's fee for, bringing Boots over there. I don't know that. But to be honest, for Boots, it don't look good, especially after their last fight. I want to go up to 54. You've been calling out Bud, and then there's a fight that people wanted to see at 47. Now it's at 54, and now it's the blame. But one thing, like I said before, his next move is going to be critical, because if he doesn't fight a guy that people want to see him fight next, and he fights another no-game guy, I think it's probably pretty much PR suicide. But if he come out there and he get a big win, all this going to be water under the bridge. So, people say I can't say it's a dub because he's not at 54 and he's a 47-pounder, and so be it. But he can't continue to say, well, I didn't have big fights, or nobody want to fight me, or I'm the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But Virgil Ortiz can't get a big fight to save his life. Stay honest. It was a couple fights with Stay Honest that fell apart. There's a fight with Tim Tszyu that fell apart. I felt if Tim Tszyu would have beat Mazaliab, that's probably would have been the fight that was on this card. But he ain't trying to knock on the Mazaliab door neither. And, for the most part, can't blame him. But nonetheless, it is what it is. People talk shit about Boost today. I think not having that PVC protection, PR protection is hurting him. But guess what? He come back, he get undisputed, he come back, get a big win. This is gonna be water under the bridge, in my opinion. So, if I'm him, I wouldn't read too much in social media. Do you? They gonna complain whether you do this or do that. He would have went in there with Virgil. Oh, he had rhabdomyosis. It wasn't the same Virgil. It don't really matter. If I'm him, I'm just doing what's best for my career. It don't matter what you do. Fans gonna complain. PR people gonna complain. Or these dudes gonna complain in boxing. But these the same niggas that got Tank a pass who ain't never unified. Same people that gave Wilder, Joshua passes, and some of the other fights, Gary Russell and Santa Cruz, and some of the fights you want to see, they gave them major passes. So if I'm him, I'm just doing me. I don't really owe shit to these fans. I don't owe shit to nobody. I'm just gonna follow the plan. I'm gonna get my paper. I'm gonna try to do what I want to do. If that's undisputed and get these guys in the ring. If I want to come back and fight Joe Blow my next fight, y'all niggas still gonna come see AB. So if I'm him, I ain't really tripping. I made $3 million fucking with Eddie. 3.5 million fucking with Eddie. I ain't tripping. I don't owe shit to Virgil Ortiz. His fat ass the one that outgrew the weight class, not me. That's how I look at it. So, so be it. It's easy to be a target, you're a brother, you're a talented brother, and we'll see if he gets some fights. But if you want to continue to take his time, just get active, take his time. They don't push Canelo to do nothing else. They don't push Tank to do nothing else. They ain't pushing nobody else to really push the needle in the sport of boxing the way they should. Why the fuck y'all pushing me? It's a bunch of guys that's above me. Push them. Push them. Push Tank to go out there and fight somebody. Push Canelo to go out there and be better and fight somebody. So, yeah, push these niggas to get in there and fight Martin Bacoli. It's another thing I seen too, and I got to speak on this. David Benavidez, notice what he's saying. Oh, yeah, I look forward to moving up the cruiserweight and fighting Gilberto Ramirez. Nah, nigga, nah. Get your bitch ass in there with old buddy. What better be Evan Beaver winner? You talking about going up the cruiserweight. You ever heard a nigga, I can't wait to go up the cruiserweight. And not the history of a nigga that ain't did nothing at light heavyweight. You cleaned out light heavyweight out. That nigga trying to get out that better be that Beaver ass whooping. I'm the lawnmower man and your ass is grass. That was my song. That's his first song he said he recorded, Gucci. But that's just what it is. So I feel him, bro, and a lot of people gonna have venture, but these dudes got short memories. These dudes, I wouldn't even read into it, bro. I read too much into social media, man. A lot of these niggas get exposed. They expose people shit on social media. These niggas be living trife. I done seen it. Oh, this nigga a bum, or like Floyd Schofield said, he put his hands on that woman. There's a lot of niggas sitting right here that it did a lot worse that did the same. It just ain't been exposed. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be like, yeah, man, these niggas weird, messing with underage kids and girls. A lot of weird ass niggas out here that do that pass judgment on the internet. I never do that. And these niggas done did it. So I don't be putting stock in the people. You don't really know people. And the main people that be casting judgment on what you going through be the same trifling ass niggas that done the trifest shit in the world. I know me and my girl, we was watching Gladiator 2. I said, man, Trump should bring back the Gladiator games. She was like, no. I said, yeah. For pedophiles, molesters, grapists. I said grapists. Like grape soda. Like people like that, murderers, a bit like multiple time thieves, like that. People that violate old people, rob and steal from old people, hurt old people, put them in the gladiator game. Why not? You win 10 gladiator games, whatever, you get your freedom, you get a second chance at society. Why not? Why not? That'd be pay-per-view. Nigga, I'll pay $100. I'll pay $100 to see that. Y'all bad. Y'all like running up in businesses and hurting innocent people, innocent bystanders, standards, robbing local businesses, robbing old people. Why not bring that shit back? William Ford, salute. Went on email. Eddie been talking about this for 3 weeks. Book's a liar. I mean, maybe Boots gave him different instructions. Like, don't you put me in that shit. Philly dudes hype Boots up to be big time Roy Jones and making before he proved anything. Act like he higher than Blair Cobbs. They both prospects. Well, he got a title. Can't call him a prospect. He a champion or a title holder, whatever. Golden Boy's the best promoter in the business. Based on what? Based on what? What have they done to be the best promoter in the business? They shows are shit. They fighters are shit. Golden Boy, what have they done to be push the needle? They've done nothing. They've done nothing but lose fighters. They've been nothing but get their ass whooped in inner fights, cross promotion fights. They show. I don't even watch the Golden Boy shows. I have no interest in watching the undercards. That ain't nothing but a snatch and grab promotional company. Stay honest with fights, still fights, all the inactivity. I'll be forgetting who even fights, not boxing, not yeah. You know, that's unfortunate. Al Haymon, the truth. Yeah, you the truth, all right. I tell the truth. None of these motherfuckers want to fight. They just want to cut promos. They don't even do cut promos no more. These niggas don't want to fight no more, bro. And if they gonna fight once every blue moon, it should be the best fight possible. Virgil should be fighting that dude who KO'd Tim Mazaliev. I don't blame that nigga, though. I would want to fight that nigga in a street fight. I just don't want to see Boots end up like Andrade. Shit could be too late. Benavidez trying to skip the line of crew. That nigga said, I ain't fucking with no more rap, but Beaver better be heavy. Benavidez ducking too. That's why I hope Morel taxes ass. Yeah, that nigga said, well, yeah, I won't fight Gilberto at cruiserweight. Oh no, nigga, you gonna skip over Buatsi, Callum Smith, Anthony Yard would be a good fight. Beaver better be heavy. Sorry, I'm smoking. Javier, I just realized that too. Benavidez did say he gonna jump the cruiserweight, and he saw better be at man. He said, "No, I peeped that this morning reading through the articles and shit." Hell yeah, he said that shit. I was reading through the articles this morning and peeped that shit. Hell yeah, that nigga said, "You want some of this, old man?" No. You gotta peep how these niggas be moving. You gotta peep how these niggas be moving, bro. That nigga said, I ain't squabbling up. No squabble up. Even if he had pumped over possible class zero, possibly one of the biggest cruiserweight. Man, who the fuck be rushing to get the cruiserweight? Not a nigga in history. Come on, man. Who's like, okay, wait to get the cruiserweight? And said nobody. Said nobody. I can't wait to get the cruiserweight, bro. Like, nigga, when I get the cruiserweight, that's like going to that one bitch house that's at the bottom of your wish list. Like, man, I just need to get one off. Like, going to Big Shirley house. Like, no. Oh man. Come on. Come on, man. It's crazy. Crazy. It's nasty work, bro. It's nasty work. Like, come on. You ain't that. Come on, man. If you got options, come on. Come on. Shit is crazy. Yeah, these niggas, man, you gotta pay attention to what they be saying. You gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention. Got to. These niggas be telling you they ducking before they about to duck. It's also that Usyk Fury trailer too was pretty funny. Yeah, but don't nobody see the trailers. We see it on social media and they probably see it overseas, but kind of when you talking about who's seeing the trailer in America, are they running them trailers on TV? I know social media is a big thing, and TV is becoming obsolete. I get it. But they need TV runtime. Right now is one of the best times for TV in America. When you start talking about football season and basketball season and hockey season, it's prime right now. It's prime right now. It's prime time right now. Real spill. It's prime season right now. So, but like I said with Benavidez, yeah, we know what you're doing. And Canelo know what he doing. Canelo, I ain't fighting this Vato. Canelo, like, I ain't fighting this Vato, bro. And that's the problem. Don't nobody, when they see the top fighters don't have to fight nobody. Yeah, when they see the top fighters don't have to fight nobody, it is what it is. That set the precedence. It's like when you got a house full of kids. When the oldest get away, when the oldest don't have to do nothing, when the oldest don't have to do nothing, what you think the other kids think? I ain't doing shit neither. So if the top fighters don't produce top fights and produce top shows, then that's it. That's it. That's it. Nobody else feel like out here they got to do nothing. Everybody want to take the route of least resistance. No, none of these people saying, you know what, I'm gonna take a leap of faith, and other than Kid Austin, and try to get this money and try to give us big fights that we want to see. These dudes, man, they don't want to fight no more, bro. Everybody making business decisions. Everybody making business decisions. Don't nobody care about the integrity of the sport no more. Don't nobody care about integrity no more. These niggas get on social media doing the most goofiest shit no more. Nobody care about the integrity. Nobody care about their family last name. Don't nobody care about shit no more. When people get on the internet and talk about all the crazy shit they done, and then be expected why people don't take them serious, man. Integrity is dead, bro. Self-worth is dead. Side Benavidez, I thought you was a killer. I thought I don't fear no man but God in my Raleigh boy. See, I got my soundboard back working. I gotta fix it. Benavidez going to Bridgerweight next. I bet 100 half these fights on February 22nd not happening. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Canelo on cruise control and cashing checks, and don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. Let's talk about Brother Al real quick. I don't got any other questions. I'll get to him in a minute. I'll get to him before we get out here. So apparently they saying that Al Haymon ran off. They saying that Al ran off. He really ain't been seen or heard from since Crawford and Spence too. Now, pretty much allegedly what happened. It's all alleged. is that Errol Spence was supposed to fight Keith Thurman and then go into a Canelo fight. It was supposed to be Keith at 54. Y'all remember the rumors. And then he was supposed to roll. He was supposed to roll into a Canelo fight. That was supposed to happen. That's what was supposed to happen. Now, apparently, Crawford kind of nixed them plans. And when Crawford nixed them plans, he went around Al Haymon and directly talked to Errol Spence. And what Al Haymon was doing was basically, he was stopping the fight from happening. So Crawford went around Al, went directly to Earl. That's what they were saying. Oh, two fighters can't sit at the table together because it was a lot of deception and lies being told. And so it was a lot of lies being told. And and Bud, went straight to him, convinced Earl to do the fight, and Earl did the fight. And for the most part, the money that the investors gave Al allegedly was for the Canelo fight, and the fight didn't perform the way the fight was supposed to perform. Now, you got to remember, they put that fight on the same day as the UFC fight card. I remember watching both at Dave & Buster's. So they did that on purpose. Al Haymon sabotaged that fight on purpose because he wanted Earl to fight Canelo. And when they did that fight, it didn't do well. People forget it went head up against UFC. They was doing a card in Utah. And they said, oh, it didn't make the money. And Al didn't want it to make money because that's not what Al wanted. Al wanted him to fight Canelo Alvarez. And that was going to get him enough money to continue on. Therefore, apparently that money went to Crawford and Spence. And he said he didn't make the money back. And then allegedly he disappeared after that fight. He ain't been heard of. That's why I was telling y'all, Al sick, or Al mother got sick, and Al was sick allegedly. Then you heard Rick Glazer come out saying shit wrong with that nigga. That nigga just got the fuck on. They said apparently the wire stopped coming, the cash app stopped coming. He ran off with these niggas' money. So now Samson is doing his thing. Luis the Cubas is running it. Sam Watson's sons is running it. He ran off with these niggas' money. We all knew that. This was a finesse move, and now allegedly some investors is looking for him because he ran off with their bread. Now, if you notice, you see Tony Harrison had a fight in Dallas. Luis Ortiz had fought, sometime in the beginning of this year, late last year, in like Colombia or something like. A lot of these fighters is going around fighting. Now, I don't know if they still bonded to the PBC contract or what that's looking like with him being out the loop and all that type of stuff, but apparently he ain't been heard from. Now, some people may think, oh, maybe he going to that upper room. I think not. He just, this is what he do. He ran off with these niggas' money. AB said he just told me that's all the money I had left. And these niggas ain't really got an account or a checkbook and seeing how much money they being owed. He telling them everything. Oh, this your money or this amount of money. Or I done sent you 10,000 for 10 straight weeks. That's all the money that was there. You know what I'm saying? You get somebody that much power, this is what you got. Nigga, they got the fuck on with their bread. So come on, it's true. They only had 4 shows last year or 5. Zoo had 2 shows, Canelo had 2 shows, and Tank had a show. And none of them shows was successful. He finessed them. This was the play the whole time. There's even rumors going out there that he still owed Floyd Mayweather a whole bunch of fucking money, which those was fueled by when Mayweather was speaking about Logan Paul suing them for, not paying him his money after the fight. Remember, Floyd was like, oh, he don't know how this works. He said, I'm still cashing checks from 10 years ago. Of course, he's still cashing checks from 10 years ago. It's because Al Haymon is still paying him in increments from money. He's still holding his money that he owed. When Canelo cut his deal, he made sure he got his bread. When I understand, when Bud cut his deal, he made sure he got all his bread. They ain't playing with this nigga, man. They know how he get down. Deontay Wilder was the one that really started exposing it on ES News. When he was talking about Ellie Segbat, these fighters need to get their money. They said that he didn't pay Deontay for the Helenius fight. Allegedly. But then again, Deontay, a lot of people feel like he's been getting overpaid for years. You know? And that's why Deontay was able to go sign a contract with the Saudis for 3 fights. That's why y'all be like, why Deontay don't retire? Because he got a 3-fight deal making a bunch of money over there with the Saudis. So why am I leave? I'm about to retire. Why would I leave any money on the table? So when Al allegedly didn't pay him his money for the Helenius fight, Al allowed him to release from the contract and go sign with the Saudis allegedly. But he was complaining about ES News about not getting paid back then. Fighters need to get their money on time. So you don't hear about Mikey complaining about his money. You don't hear about Canelo complaining about his money. You don't hear about Bud complaining about his money. Nope. Do you? Do you? Them niggas, y'all was laughing at them niggas when they was cutting their deals. There you go. There you go. So, but that's just what it is right now. So a lot of people sitting there and wondering, nigga gone. Maybe he may resurface. Maybe he won't. Maybe he won't. But honestly, who didn't see this coming? His history in the music industry, them, saying how he was paying them and holding their money and not paying it out straight when they needed advances, taking points off, but he hold my money. How you hold my money and I need the advance and you charging me interest on the advance, but you holding a lot of my money? That shit just don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. But that's what it is. Y'all trusted a dude who didn't want to be seen. Y'all trusted the dude that covered windows up allegedly. When he go into places of establishments, ducking and running from niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. This is who y'all entrusted. Somebody that was scared to be seen in public. So it's unfortunate. So yep, that's good news. So it's crazy. He said shit, Al Haymon, no boxing down. What happened to the 10 events on Prime? We got 5, but you got to understand too, you got into next March before it's a full year. So you got, Benavidez and Morrell, you got Tank and old buddy and Roach. So that put them up to 7 right there. So they give them 7 shows. I don't know if they're gonna have 3 more between there and then and now. Alice and Valley with Russell Simmons hiding out. Also, Seth, you think winning the Beaver better BF? I don't know. I probably favor better BF. Points off my own money. Hell no, CJ. That's crazy. You hold my money, but then I need advance. You charge me interest on the advance for people who don't understand. That's life. That's Al. So you gotta do backdoor deals just to sign with this nigga. And then Earl said even when he signed with Al, he ain't even get no signing bonus. Nasty work. He said he didn't even get no signing bonus. Nasty work. He said he didn't even get no signing bonus. So, but that's all I got, man. I put this on the podcast in the morning. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. Share the video, support the channel. All my information in the link tree. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.